Manny Pacquiao.
I sparred with him.
Oh, you sparred with him?
Yes. I was a very sad person. I had an idea that maybe I don't belong in this world. Yeah, I try to do that.
Ang pagtangkang pagtitil niya sa kanyang buhay,
Phantom power of Nonito Donaire with one punch.
ang kasalatan na dinanas nila sa Pinas noon, at ang pinakamahalagang sparring na naganap sa buhay niya sa katauhan ni Pacquiao. Ating hihimayin ang pagkatao ni Nonito Flash Donaire. Boxing fans, maligayang pagbabalik.
Big right hand by Donaire. This place has erupted.
Arguably, the second best boxer na nanggaling sa Pinas. Isang 4-division champion at naging isang fighter of the year noon. Ang accomplishment ni Nonito Donaire ay hindi may tatanggi. Sa latest podcast interview na isinali na rin sa Tagalog, malalaman natin ang malalim na karakter at ang buhay ni Nonito Flash Donaire. At sisimulan natin ang kwento ng kahirapan sa buhay nila sa Pinas noon.
How old were you when you moved from the Philippines and came here?
I was 10 years old.
So you remember a lot about the Philippines as a child?
As a child, man, we didn't have nothing growing up. We didn't have electricity. We didn't have much food, and so what happened? We would catch fishes and stuff like that, and we would open it up, put salt on it, dry it up because we don't have no refrigerator.
At dahil nga sa kahirapan, ang pangunahing pagkain ng pamilya Donaire ay tuyo. At nung kabataan ni Donaire, para lang makakalap ng ulam, naghahanap siya ng mapagkakakitaan.
One thing that we had a lot was fruits. So every day, I was one of those kids that you know what? I was the smallest, I was the slowest, I wasn't the strongest, but I was the smartest because I wake up every morning earlier than before everybody else, right? So I'll go out there, climb on the mango trees, get the best mangoes, pomelo trees, because I'll sell them to my classmate for lunch.
Gaya nga ng sabi, upang magkaroon ng tanghalian, naging wais si Donaire at nagbebenta ng mga prutas sa kaklase niya.
Waking up earlier than everybody else. Before that, the chicken and the roosters hit their notes, you know, and they don't like me because I'm there. They sleep on the trees, but they didn't like me because I would kick them off the branches, you know. But that's how I grew up.
At dahil nga dito, nagtaka ang Amerikanong interviewer, paano nga ba nabubuhay sila nang walang kuryente noon?
Going back to like having no electricity, like so when the lights went off, when it was dark, y'all would have to find things to do. Y'all have candles.
We had those, man. It was the brightest thing, you know. It was like yes, because it's so bright. But it was mainly candles, you know. When we would do our homework, we would get so focused, right? Next thing you know, you smell this hair getting burned, right? You know, and it crackles too.
Yeah, it does. That's
crackles, right. So I'm like, oh man, I burned my hair, you know. So you know, I remember all of that stuff, and I remember every time that we travel at night, we have this thing, the coconut leaves, right? And we weave it all together, right? We weave all the coconut, and then that would last us about 2 hours. That's our light.
Gaya ng mga nasa malalayong probinsya sa Pinas, kandila at ang tinatawag nilang sulo o panulo na gamit din sa pangingisda, panliwanag sa dilim, at pwedeng pamatay din ng lamok ang gamit ng pamilyang Donaire. Tanda na mahirap talaga ang buhay ng Pinoy boxer noon. Naaalala din ni Nonito na ibang level ang kasiyahan niya kahit dukha ang pamilya nila noon.
Simplest thing in my life and the most happiest was during those times. I believe as I got older that the truly blessed one are the one that has been in the dark.
Nakakagulat pero alam nating ito ang sitwasyon ng marami sa atin. At marami din ang nakaka-relate sa damdamin ni Donaire. Minsan, ang pagiging mahirap ay siya pang pinakamasayang estado sa buhay. Tutal, pinag-uusapan natin ang kaligayahan. Ikikwento ni Nonito Donaire ang unang ligaya niya at may ibabahagi siyang nakakatawang pangyayari dito. Ating dinggin.
I remember my first fight.
Yeah.
All right, my first fight, I literally pissed on my pants.
Wow.
I was so scared because I grew up bullied. I was very small, you know, and I couldn't even touch the rim because I didn't have strength. Right? I was the object of ridicule. You know, I was the person that, oh, that's the target.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When I first stepped into that ring, man, I felt like my heart rate was gonna explode. You know, I felt like my heart was gonna explode. I started pissing on my pants. I was so scared. But the moment that I got in there, the very first punch that hit me, it was another person that just took over.
Wow.
I give this kid like 3 or 4, 8 counts. Oh, he almost got stopped. I won the fight. You know, I was 11 years old, and yeah,
but who put you in the ring? Who taught you that?
Oh, my dad.
Your dad was
My
already
dad, he loves it. He was in the military, so he loves boxing.
Napaihi si Donaire sa shorts niya nung una ng laban. Ngunit, nang unang tamaan ito ng suntok, halimaw na ang pumalit sa kanya sa ring. At doon niya nadiskubre ang galing ng halimaw na ito. At may suporta din siyang natanggap mula sa kanyang ama. Pero sa kabila nito, may mga hinanakit si Donaire sa relasyon ng kanyang ama at ina.
We didn't have much, so my parents was always working. They barely saw each other, right? They're like just passing.
Right.
You know, get to a point where your parents are fighting, and you feel like, you know, they make you feel that, oh man, you're an extra dollars in my pocket.
Ramdam ni Donaire na hindi siya nabibigyang puna ng kanyang mga magulang noon. At ramdam din niya na parang dagdag gasto lang siya nung nasa kasalatan ang pamilya. At dahil nga doon, nagkaroon ng kadiliman sa kanyang puso. Tinangka niyang tapusin ang kanyang buhay.
Growing up in there, I was a very sad person. I was a very sad kid, and you know, I had an idea that maybe I don't belong in this world. And I try to do that, you know.
Wow.
And this is why I'm so grateful with my life, because I felt that God has given me that I have another purpose in life.
Yeah.
And when I get really frustrated, depressed, and stuff like that, I would think about that, and I would try to do, you know, me out.
Yeah.
You know, to meet God.
Yeah.
Paano nga ba nilabanan ni Donaire ang kadilimang ito na tumutulak sa kanya sa bangin ng kamatayan?
But I started to fight that off, and I started to create. Every time I feel that I needed that or I wanted to do that, I just say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. I'm thankful to myself. Thank you. Thank you. Whether it's me, my wife fighting, or, you know, my dad cheating on my mom, stuff like that, and leaving my mom, I ended up stop thinking that.
Count your blessings. Maging mapagpasalamat tayo. Dahil gaya ni Donaire, nalaman niyang may mas higit pa sa buhay kesa sa kadiliman ng kaisipan. At mula sa kadiliman, napunta ang karera ni Donaire sa kaliwanagan. Ang unang kampyonato niya. Nakakamangha nga lang dahil ang biktima at ang kalaban niya ay binubuli din siya bago pa man naganap ang laban. Paano? Ito ang kwento.
What was it like to win that first belt?
Man, so the guy that I fought for that title in 2007, that guy beat my brother like 2 fights before that. My older brother. The guy that beat my brother, no one wanted to fight him. Then they asked me, I'm like, hey, do you want to fight Vic D'Artagnan? I'm like, sure. Yeah, man, I want to fight that dude. Come on, let's do it. It's a championship? Hell yeah. You know, for me, my older brother was like someone I look up to, you know, and so for me it was like, man, I was kind of nervous, but then when we got into the press conference, this dude he brought this helmet, a knight's helmet, this metal helmet. He said, even if you put this helmet, I'll still knock you out. Right? Wow. So that right there just triggered me, because, you know, I got my chip too, you know. I was like, okay, let's see. So from that moment on, I didn't care too much about winning or losing or being a champion. I just want to beat these dudes so bad, right? And oh man, that's all I cared about. So when you know, the fight came in the 5th round, I cracked him.
Wow.
Fall, and you can hear this big thud too on TV. Boom! It was on Showtime, and he got knocked out.
Sa nagliliyab na galit ni Donaire, in-knockout niya ang bully na si Darchinyan para bang umipon lahat ng galit niya sa mga bully simula ng pagkabata pa niya.
Get up. Get up. Get up. I just wanted him to be hurt. Like, get up. And then when I realized he couldn't and they stopped the fight, oh man, I didn't know what the hell to do. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm world champion now.
Right. So when you went in, you didn't think about nothing but just beating him.
Beating the dude.
At pinakawalan niya ito sa mukha ni Vic Darchinyan. At syempre naman, sobrang saya ng kuya niya.
Once this happened, what do your brother say to you after a fight?
He was very proud. He was young. He lost his voice. You know, it was very magical.
At may ekstrang tanong pa ang interviewer kung anong maipapayo niya sa mga upcoming boxers natin.
That was one of the greatest Asian fighters ever. You know, what do you say to those other guys that's trying to come up? You know what I mean? Like, that's trying to understand how to get to be what you've done. A lot of people, they're not even close to it. How do they get there?
Man, you know what? Where I'm at, I didn't know I was ever gonna be here because I grew up always being told that I was nothing, you know, from everybody. You know, I was nothing. I'm a piece of, you know, and all of that, you know, but I just had this dream that I was gonna be there, that I'm gonna prove to people that I exist, you know.
Dito natin nakikita na grabe pala ang trauma ni Donaire sa mga taong sinumbatan at binuli siya noon, na kahit sa simpleng tanong na ito, sinasabi niyang naalpasan niya lahat at siguro naniniwala siyang pinagpala siya ng tadhana dahil dito. At kasama nga niya sa mga boksingerong pinagpapala ay ang ating pambansang kamao na si Manny Pacman Pacquiao. Ang tanong natin, na-impluwensyahan ba siya ni Pacman?
You, after Manny Pacquiao being from Filipino, like, they watch you, they watch y'all. Like, how much did he influence you as you was coming up the ranks? Did you see him and be like, I'm gonna make this happen? Or how much of an influence, and what has he said to you since this has been, you know, your career has been blessed?
Man, I met him since when I was 17, I think, and I sparred with him.
Oh, you sparred with him?
Yeah, I sparred with him. I worked with him because, you know.
Was it big for you? How big was that for you?
It was huge for me.
Yeah.
No one really knew him yet at that time.
Y'all knew him in the boxing world because y'all knew each other's skills.
Right, and we were from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Not just in the Philippines, or we were in the same island, same city.
That was in the same city?
Yeah, same city. So,
wow, that's crazy.
Name of the city?
General Santos City.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. General Santos City.
So how was that sparring with him, like at an early age? Like, did you know he had something, or how did y'all feel about each other?
Man, I was just trying to tee off on him, man. That's it. Like,
pinapagalit lang daw niya si Pacman sa kanilang sparring. Naniniwala ba kayo kay Nonito? At para mas detalyado tayo tungkol sa sparring nila ni Pacquiao at di natin i-judge si Nonito, eto ang isang lumang video na natagpuan natin patungkol sa nangyaring sparring.
Sparred Manny back in the days. I was 17 at that time, you know, and he's a tricky guy. You know, he has a lot of manipulation on his distance, the way he moves, you know, and I think that if you can't figure that out, it's a well. He was about to fight Libuada at that time, so I was helping him spar Libuada before he fought Libuada. I learned a lot from that sparring, you know, just the movement, and you know, he was already a former world champion at that time, and I haven't had a professional fight yet. I've learned a lot. You have like 10 guys in front of you.
Ngunit tanong natin, ano nga ba ang difference ni Donaire at Pacquiao in terms of skills and techniques? Ito ang sagot ni Filipino Flash.
I think I was quicker in reaction. But in terms of punching volume, I think he was punching faster than me. But I just released my punches faster than him. I would like, boom, hit, but then I would hit, but then it would go at the end of it, you know? So it was very, 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 very interesting.
Mas mabilis daw umano ang pagbitaw ng suntok ni Nonito, ngunit sa volume at mga patagong banat, aminado si Nonito, iba ang kalidad ni Pacquiao. Ngunit sabi ni Donaire, hindi siya natitinag kahit sino man ang kanyang kaharap.
And I always tell this with the guys coming up, the kids coming up, and I always tell them, when you're in there, it don't matter who it is. You know, you can be with Mayweather or whoever you're sparring and all that stuff. You gotta go and take their head off, because that's the mentality that you gotta be, because your life depends on that when you're inside a professional fight. You know what I mean? Inside that ring, you gotta protect yourself, and there is no respect. Outside, yeah, please do respect.
At kung na-enjoy, nagalit o naging emotional kayo sa content na ito, dami pa tayong pabaon, mga kaboxing tayo. Paki-like at suntukin ang subscribe for more. Salamat, kaboxing tayo.
Boxing.